Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and before we get going, remember I got a lot to cover today, so there's gonna be some overflow here. I'm gonna put everything in the group that I don't get to. If you want to join the group, go to my Patreon at daixrp.com, or you can click the join button below any of my YouTube videos, and you can join through YouTube. This is pretty scary stuff. 2025 is on track to be the most dangerous year ever for crypto owners. More than 25 documented physical attacks against crypto owners this year. Year isn't even halfway done. These are about crypto extortions year by country. These are the main countries. Scary stuff. Folks, that's one of the big reasons I don't use self-custody anymore. When you have institutional custody, you have several layers. I would compare it to the difference between keeping, if you had cash in a safe at home versus keeping it in a safety deposit box. It creates extra protections against this kind of stuff. So that's one of the many reasons I want to use the institutional custody that I get at Caleb & Brown, who is my affiliate partner. You can get an account at XRPwealth589.com. That will forward you right to my page on Caleb & Brown. You can click sign up today. We've had the market come back a little bit. We got a 226 XRP. I'm still watching Circle because I think this Circle thing is what is going to set this market off and set what I would call .com maybe 3.0 in motion. Circle stock in the pre-market's at $125, up 16.4%. Here's Jeremy Allaire from Circle.
And frankly, like a huge driver in our business right now is demand for digital dollars around the world. People, households, firms want to hold these safe, full reserve digital dollar instruments that have the utility of the internet. It's like when people woke up and said, hey, I can use WhatsApp and I can communicate with others. I don't have to pay my carrier these SMS fees, and it's over the top internet money. And so people have figured that out, and and people want dollars, even though there's a Sell America trade or whatever you want to talk about, or there's a fiscal cliff or whatever it is, like all these things that are there, people still want a unit of account, and they want the power of the internet as a medium of exchange. And relative to almost every other fiat currency, the dollar still remains super preferred. And so I think that's certainly going to be the case for a while. And so I think...
Yep. They've created their own little countries that can accumulate U.S. treasuries. See the game here? Gemini filed for IPO. Circle IPO'd on NICE. Galaxy uplisted to NASDAQ. It's crypto IPO season, which I think alt season comes with it. I think things could be imminent. Matt Hogan of Bitwise. XRP ETF is on track as institutional interest in crypto continues to grow, and these IPOs are going to help spur that institutional interest. What's great about it is we get the IPOs and we get digital asset growth. That's what's cooler about this than the .com time period. NASDAQ files SEC Form 8K confirming proposal to expand crypto benchmark from 5 to 9 digital assets, adding XRP, Solana, ADA, and XLM, allowing Hashdex NASDAQ Crypto Index to transition to a broader index. SEC decision deadline is expected on November 2nd, 2025. The end of this year is going to be fun. Folks, the VC pump gang, these guys are coming kicking and screaming, starting to understand XRP.
Gears to it.
But there's a specific reason that they've always pretended not to understand it, and it all comes down to not getting their allotment. I think that was Ripple's mortal sin, is that all these VCs did not get the kind of XRP allotment that they wanted, and I think that's why we've watched them all scratch their heads, and they don't have a book to talk, and so they talk in the other direction. They try to get you to Send your money into the digital assets, the Solanas, the Ethereums, the ones where they did get an allotment on the front end before it hit retail.
Another company that has done a good job of penetrating mainstream, but is also a little controversial, is Ripple. Rob, you guys were,
It's controversial because they didn't get their piece of the action.
I think shareholders of Hidden Road, which they sold to.
That's right.
I would love to hear your guys' take on the Ripple strategy. And if you think that they can build a dominant business just on the back of this weird strategy of accumulating a massive treasury, and
it wouldn't be so weird if they had gotten their allotment.
Maybe buying their way into a good business. I would love to.
Can I just interject and say that I hate talking about Rob's portfolio? I just wanted to make sure that that's clear, that this should not be a trend. The only thing worse
There's
is
just too many of my portfolio companies that are doing well. I'm sorry, Diego.
Rob,
You could just start copying Dragonfly's investments like that.
It's always a possibility, Diego. I promise.
Dio's I'm not having fun anymore.
No, so listen, I think to that point, Yano, I think absolutely, right? I think there is no doubt that if you have a lot of capital, that you can buy yourself into an actual business, right? And it's hard. It's not easy. You have to be able to, pick the right businesses. You have to be able to integrate them. You have to have a good vision and understand where distribution comes from and value accrual comes from. But you can absolutely do it. And, I think if you talk to Brad today, they're really focused on RLUSD. They want to become a competitor in the stablecoin space. Hidden Road is a very, I think, savvy buy for them in terms of wanting to distribute RLUSD. It's a business that is very capital intensive. That it requires a lot of collateral, it requires a lot of debt capital. You end up actually distributing a lot to a lot of different counterparties. And so I expect we'll see billions of dollars of new RLUSD issued just through Hidden Road. Now, add in, things like, they bought Medico. I know that they're looking at a lot of different type of businesses right now. I expect that they'll be able to distribute their stablecoin through those businesses, and that all of a sudden we'll be talking about them as a major player, as a top 3 to 4 stablecoin issuer potentially, within the relatively near term.
You think Ripple could be you think Ripple in the relatively near term would be a top 3 stablecoin issuer?
I think that is their goal. I think it is certainly possible if they execute really well. I think they'll be a top 5 stablecoin issuer, probably almost certainly in the next, call it 24 to 36 months, if they are able to execute the things that they're saying that they are doing, the transactions that they've they've executed so far, and other ones.
They're starting to figure it out. They're having a rough time. I wanted to remind you, Charles Hoskinson pointed out how the game works a long time ago. It's not a coincidence that you've seen Cardano and Ripple bashed probably more than any of these companies in crypto, because Charles Hoskinson didn't play the game with Cardano with the VCs, and neither did Ripple on the initial launch.
I think that VCs overlook the Cardano ecosystem. Some do, some don't. It just depends on the location. Is it a family office? Is it certainly A16Z and others are Cardano. But the problem is that we didn't. Why do you think that is? Because we didn't have any Ponzonomics for them. I mean, let's be honest here. The vast majority of VCs, let's just be honest, the way they approach it is liquidity. So they say, when is the token coming out? Where's the marketplace for the token going to be? Do I get an early distribution? How do I exit that early distribution when the retail people come in? And you've seen numerous layer ones and DApps, we won't name names, where they launch to market at a very high valuation. The insiders dump, they go down, and they walk away with a lot of money.
That's the game, and it's not just the VCs. It's a network of influencers too, and some of those influencers are in the XRP community. I mean, it's just the way it is, folks. There's a reason that you see a portion of the XRP community influencers that tend to, I won't use the word bash, but they try to throw shade towards Ripple and XRP and get you to focus on other things. That's not an accident. And then here's some Bitcoin maxis slowly figuring it out too.
There are quite a few movements in the Ripple world. So first up, Ripple is positioning its XRP ledger ecosystem, particularly XRP and its new stablecoin RLUSD, as a modern alternative to SWIFT for cross-border payments. SWIFT, everyone knows, extremely outdated, slow, expensive, and blockchain-based infrastructure like Ripple's can provide near instantaneous settlement. It's cost efficient and it's transparent.
Next, Ripple has gained official approval for RLUSD operations.
Anyway, this is just some Bitcoin maxis having a rough time, having a rough Monday morning. Then speaking of the VC pump gang, and I keep telling you, this is why it's always Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. It's about allotments. It's about getting their piece of the action, and then they go out and talk their book. Kathy Wood's no different.
Question popped up, which is about Ethereum and these other cryptocurrencies.
Yes.
Do you invest in any of these others?
Yes, we have them in some of our funds, both of them. They're key to the financial services revolution. So to get people to understand and feel comfortable with
There's a reason she never mentions XRP.
that. We don't call it the crypto revolution. It's the digital assets revolution, and it's simply the finternet, the financial internet. Okay, so we do.
You mean the internet of value?
We do.
And do you believe, are you more bullish on the price potential of Bitcoin than Ethereum?
Yes, we think Bitcoin is the biggest idea. It serves the three revolutions. Global monetary system, they do not. New asset class, they are part of a new asset class, but Bitcoin's going to be the biggest. And new technology, it's the most secure blockchain technology.
Okay, you get it. All right, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com. Many of you may not have heard, but there is a contest going on for a $10,000, I think it's a $10,000 XRP prize. I'll show you where to go to find that and some other things in the group. I'm the digital, to join the Patreon, go to DAIXRP.com, or if you'd rather join through YouTube, click the join button below any of my YouTube videos. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family, away we go.